Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Cork in the North podcast with myself, Andrew Ryan. Before we crack on, ladies and gentlemen, the lifeboat has pulled up to Cork in the North podcast and is lifting myself and producer Sean out of the freezing ocean. And that lifeboat is the Die-In pub on the Lisburn Road. They are our sponsors of the Cork in the North podcast. If you've not been to the Die-In pub, can you please tell us why? We are offering you 25% off your food Wednesday to Saturday at the Die-In pub. It is a great place to go. You can have alcohol. You can go to the toilet. You can hire it. You can sit outside. There is car parking. They have Wi-Fi. They have different types of lighting. They have salt and pepper and cutlery. They have staff that serve you. Do they have a smile? I don't know. I don't make eye contact with them.
Coasters?
They've got coasters. All right? But you get 25% off your food in the Die-In pub Wednesday to Saturday. Take her out. Take her out. She's been indoors. Take her out. Take him out. He's hungry. Take the mother out. Take your elderly mother out. There's a will there. Put the work in now. Put the work in now. The Die-In pub, the Lisburn Road, is a sponsor of Cork in the North podcast. Cork 25. Tell them I sent you. Walk in, you go, Andrew Ryan sent me. Oh, the place will go mental. They'll be like, oh, this is finally working. We might continue the sponsorship.
I love that.
We need the money.
I love the fact you're describing the bare minimum. And I'm actually like, fuck, I want to go.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds quite good.
They have the same sense of humour as we do, don't they, Sean?
They do.
Right. And producer Sean has got a new child and he's taken the child there. The child's not even on fucking solids yet. and he's hoovering down a steak at 25% off.
Yeah.
Right. Sean's child is 2 weeks old. He's had 9 meals there. He's already got a loyalty card. It's Cork in the North, sponsored by the Die-In pub in the Lisburn Road. And if you want a little bit of extra content, oh Jesus Christ, for £3 a month, you can sign up to the Patreon. Not only are we posting extra podcast episodes, but I have posted in the last week 2 full MC sets that I've been doing at the Comedy Store in London, all for free, unedited. You can see from the start of the show to the end of the show. This is the type of content you're getting for £3 a month on Cork in the North podcast Patreon. Please do sign up with the link below. It helps us. It keeps us going, lads. Okay, there's the child in the house washed. But there will be if you fucking sign up to stuff, please. We're giving you free stuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on this episode of Cork in the North podcast, one familiar face and one person making their debut. Joining me is Amy McGuckin, former.
Oh God, I've been sacked.
Former Q radio presenter.
Current.
Right.
Current. Not the second one to lose.
You know something she doesn't know. P45.
Okay.
Current Q Radio presenter with me, Amy, and joining alongside her as well is Gerry Lavz. Gerry is also a presenter in Q Radio as well. All around good person. You may know him from the TikToks, from the Instagram. He's recently did a leg in the Belfast City Marathon where people were screaming at him. He's a massive fan of Chinese food. But all of that, it's your first time coming on,
First
Gerry.
time.
How are you?
I'm really, really good. How are you?
Good. We've met obviously loads of times before in a professional situation.
I know, but then do you not find though, it's because everybody's in different slots in Q radio, it's like sometimes it's very rare that your
Pass the
paths
ships.
cross.
It
Yeah.
absolutely is. And it's so annoying because we're obviously early in the morning and then you don't see anybody really.
Yeah.
And then you're not even in any time. Well, we're not the weekends at any point. So
who would be your kind of hand? Like
we
Yaz?
see Yaz
That's
all the
kind of
time.
it,
And
would it
then
be?
the news team, and that's
Really?
basically it, yeah.
Yaz in the news. And then the odd time Jordan.
Yes.
If you're really sticking around, like getting the work in, you
Yes.
know.
Well, we had Grania McCoy did a week covers of Yaz, so we saw her.
Yeah.
That's right.
But apart from that, no, we
So-
don't even that much.
Really?
So, Gerry, obviously I follow you on the socials, and I must admit, you were away recently. You were in Coachella.
Coachella.
Right.
Yes.
First
Have you heard of
it? I've heard of it. What is it? Explain to me. Where's it on? Why is it on? What happens there?
Okay, so basically it's a festival in Palm Springs. It's on every year. It's kind of known as like nearly like the content creator, like Olympics. It's very like Hunger Games. So it's all about like the fit checks, what you wear, like who's at it. It's a big thing.
Yeah, I was trying to explain it to Andrew
You
whenever
didn't
you were
get
there
it?
because I was
No,
very excited.
really?
I've been dying to hear about this. Yeah, Andrew, it's all like everybody's planned their outfits.
Yeah, very much.
Do they do like themes for the year?
No,
Or do you
so
just do
no,
whatever?
it wouldn't be. It's kind of more like I suppose like just anything kind of goes. But for some reason, there must be some sort of underground because everybody's wearing the same shit.
Oh, right,
but then
you
you don't
just-
get the memo,
Oh,
do you know?
wow,
But there is always kind of like a theme, but it's like a hidden theme.
Yeah.
If that makes
Sounds
sense.
like my worst fucking
You would
nightmare.
No,
to
do
be
you
honest,
even
you
like
no, you would hate it. No, I think you'd hate it.
Did you think I'd hate
I
it?
think you would.
Can you imagine
hate
me
it.
picking an outfit?
Oh, I
I got this in Banbridge retail for £9.
Fuck.
I got this in Next in Banbridge retail
It's-
for £9. I am not going to America going fit check,
Yeah,
hashtag living my best
you
life.
would. I think you would be repulsed.
Well, you would, yeah.
I honestly no. You strike me as very like low maintenance, anything for an easy life, and anything that is too much, it's like fuck off. Do you
That's
know?
so
You would be
accurate.
looking at all of us and be like, look.
I
at the
would say
fucking
I'm
cut
low
of them
maintenance.
twats
Yeah.
taking Instagram photos.
So
you would hate it.
So how long does it go on for, Qatar?
3 days.
Right, so you flew out.
Flew out. Yeah.
So where'd you fly to?
Flew into LAX, and you do. If you're going to plan it as a holiday, you're going like LA for a couple of days, and you get a coach, a 3-hour coach to Palm
Coachella.
Palm Springs,
Palm Springs.
and that's where the festival is. Like 40 minutes outside Palm Springs.
Where did you sleep?
In a motel in Palm Springs. So like, you know, like the motels that you watch in the movies
Yeah,
where you
like
think
the
someone's
horror
going to get
films,
murdered.
yes.
Very that, which I thought was cool, but
Yeah.
also not. Like,
It's
you
like like those old style motels.
very like you know
Yeah.
like your windows very much there, and you can feel nearly like a creepy person walking
Yeah,
by. Or you're going to get
exactly,
murdered, or yeah.
And so you get a bus in and bus out of the
And then you
festival?
so you get a coach kind of thing.
Right. Is it literally a social media festival? Is that what would you
No, like
class
don't
it
get me
as?
wrong, like
Yeah,
the music festival. So it's kind of like you know, like there's two types of people that go to it. There's people that go for the music, and then there's people that go just to go.
Just to be
So it's
seen.
What did
Yeah.
you go for?
I kind of went just to go. I'm not gonna sit here and act all like as
Like
if
you
I'm
love it,
like
yeah.
I'm like a groupie. I'm not. I was there just for the vibe of it. I didn't really give a fuck who was playing. But my friend, no, she's more of like a music fan. But the thing is, when you buy the tickets and you don't know who's going to be the lineup.
It's like Glastonbury or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she was a wee bit disappointed with the lineup. I thought it was grand. To be like, it was like Doja Cat.
It
Lana.
has been better though.
There
I think.
has been better. There was a
Yeah.
year like Beyonce was like headlining,
Yeah.
which would have been amazing. But you don't know what you're going to get until you buy your ticket, which is the shit part about it.
Yeah,
I'm
same
really
as
not selling it
Tomorrowland
here.
and all. No, I know, same as Tomorrowland and stuff
Don't
like that.
go.
Well, Amy, I think it would be up your street.
Oh, I would love it. I would
yeah.
love it.
Like I got I'm very lucky that through
Mm-hmm.
through work we got offered tickets to Bruce Springsteen.
Oh,
Bruce
that's this week, is it not?
Yeah.
Bruce
It's
Springsteen,
tomorrow
I couldn't
night.
go because I'm in London.
Uh-huh.
But I was like, oh, that's something I would go. But then there was a part of me going, oh God, I'm going to. I've never bought an album of his.
Right.
I know the top 5 hits he has.
Aye.
I know 5 or 6 of his songs. I'm not like
A big
I'm not gonna sit there
diehard.
and talk about his. thing.
Yeah.
But then it was a bit like Noah Can's come. I was like, oh, I'll go to that. And then I was like, tried to get tickets for a few other things. But if you said to me, do you want to fly to America to a festival?
Yeah. It's
No chance, man.
It's
No.
a lot of energy as well because it's 3 full-on days. You're there all day
And
and
it's-
into night it looked like as
And
well.
And tell me, the American sort of crowds.
oh my God, shite.
Yeah, so
Aye.
you know when you go out to.
God, I'm really not selling.
I know.
So-
what
so-
did you like about it, Jerry? Was there anything
No,
you
I
liked
know.
about
No,
it?
I had it was like a once in a lifetime experience. But
Yeah.
this is just things that you should be prepared for.
So so you go to something down in Belsonic or you go something down in Dublin or something like that. What talk to me and you go and people are there, they're having a crack. There's pints going, people are just friendly. What's the American style vibe?
So
like?
the Americans, I think they're big into the ganj, So
The
it's very-
ganj,
the ganj.
the weed.
So it's very like stoner vibes, like
they're not real drinkers, are they?
not big drinkers, and just more like relaxed,
Yeah.
which was a vibe, but it's kind of like what we know a festival to be.
Oh, everybody's going nuts.
going
here.
nuts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Could you go up to people and talk to them?
oh God,
they
everybody was very
approachable?
friendly, very approachable. Like there was a good vibe about it.
Yeah,
but
like,
it was
it's
more like,
nice.
oh my God, like hey baby, oh my God, like wow, like a very like that. Meanwhile, say if you go to like Creamfields, everyone's like fucking yeah. Like it's more like
Like
Yeah,
there's
very
nobody,
different.
there's
pills
nobody
into them
pissing
and
into a cup of
no,
urine
none
and
of
then
that.
throwing
No.
the cup
I
behind you.
know.
Like
We're all a bit more scruffy, I think, in a good way.
Yeah, but you would
I
think,
hate
yeah,
that.
you would think different sort of music would bring out different sort of things. Well, even like
yeah.
Tomorrowland was all like European, and everybody was really friendly and really
Yes.
nice. But then they were really ready to dance, like they were dancing all
Like
night,
big
like
techno
yeah,
and- yeah.
like really, really into it. But
Yeah.
but probably a wee bit nicer than here, and that like everybody would be like, "Hey, like how are you
Yeah.
where are you from?" Whereas
bit
here
more
it's just like they're
friendly.
partying for themselves, and
Then,
that's it.
yeah.
I think there's a bit more meat on the bone here.
Yes,
You
I
know what I
think
mean?
so. We get more stuck in, I think. Like,
Yeah.
have you been to AVA or any of them types of things
No,
here?
I tell you what I've done. I've done Leeds, Reading,
Okay.
Glastonbury. I've done
Right.
Latitude, Reading, I've done both V festivals. I've done Isle of Wight, Secret Garden. I've done.
Jesus, you've done.
That's
a few.
loads. I didn't
Done
think.
all them.
I'm really surprised.
And I hate festivals.
do you?
Reading and Leeds.
I
Are
only
they
go to
quite
perform.
Oh.
I've performed at Latitude, and I go for like 2 or 3 days, and you get like performers camping, so you have your own shower and stuff, and
Brilliant.
Right.
you get like turned up at.
Oh no, I wouldn't camp out.
I would, yeah.
Oh no, I do more like
God.
you book a hotel and you
You can get showered and all in your own
get.
space.
I know, I don't
right.
like to go to the venue, leave the venue.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, I went to Glastonbury. Do you know? Did you ever hear of a band called the Courteeners?
For
They're a
some reason,
Manchester band.
it
You know
does
them,
ring a
obviously,
bell.
So the lead singer there, Liam Frey, I used to kind of hang out with them, and this is just when they started, and they were doing like a small tent in Glastonbury. I mean, I'm talking like 11:30 at night on like the Friday night. I think they might have had 100 people or something.
Yeah.
I think they were like 6 months into being a band, like, but I kind of knew that group.
Yes.
And we all kind of camped, and I hung out with them. Didn't get to know them that well, but say if there was 10 people in a room, I kind of knew 2 of them.
Right.
But like, so we were always in that kind of a sun. And I went to Glastonbury, and it rained in Glastonbury,
Oh.
and it rained on like the Friday morning, and my tent just moved.
Oh,
because of the
stop.
rain.
See, that's
You
rotten.
see,
No.
I know.
And then I went, you know what? And I on a Saturday morning, I remember crying. thinking,
God, it would just be the depths of
actually saying
despair
to
if you
myself,
woke
like,
up.
how
And,
do I survive? How do I
It
get
is a
out of
lot,
here?
like.
So can you camp at Coachella?
Yes, you can camp, but like it's not really. It doesn't look. It's just like a bog standard like campsite.
Yeah.
No.
Tomorrowland, you could have camped and you could have gone really expensive camping, like
glamping,
glamping,
kind of
like
things, aye.
eco huts and stuff. But you're still like it's still like you're in the camping bit. It's nicer to come in and out.
So then, what did you do for Tomorrowland? Did you stay?
We stayed in an Airbnb.
An
You were able to
Airbnb,
go
which
in and
was
out, no problem.
Yeah, and then did you get like shuttle buses into the site?
Yeah.
I would say camping at Coachella would be dead on because it's like it's in the desert, like isn't it? So like it would be nice and dry. Would it be roasting?
Well, in regards to that part, but like it's really really warm. Like it's like
Oh, yeah.
unbearable.
How hot is it?
Oh fuck! Like you're talking like 33, 34 on average. Like,
Yeah.
But then it gets really really cold.
Yeah, and dusty and all.
And
obviously. I
dusty.
saw you
There's,
had like,
there's a load of dust. You need like bandanas and shit and
Right.
you know
Yeah.
Yeah.
all that.
Did you get up to much?
Any badness?
Any badness?
No, not
Filth,
even. No,
muck,
none
dirt.
of that. No,
Hoover
no.
bag full of dirty shit.
no.
Did you like? Do you know? Did you know?
No, no, not even. No, well,
Have you a partner?
me?
Yeah, have you? a boyfriend?
No, I don't have a partner.
Okay. So were you on the apps over there?
He's obviously what? He's wanting the
Dating.
juice.
I've been dating. You're a bad
wanting the
fucker.
What?
I'm no.
We can take this out if you want.
No. Keep it in. Look, you've cornered me now.
I'm just curious, like you know,
No,
when you go
so-
to America, are you downloading apps or are you going
So
to
no,
meet people? Like?
well, you could be,
'Cause,
but,
you know,
but
when-
like I was sharing a room with 2 girls, so it's kind of like it would be impractical. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of so no. No, when we were in LA, we done like the gay bars, like West Hollywood and all
What are
that.
they
there.
like?
Oh, fucking mental.
Oh, LA. What did
LA,
you think?
just-
I always hear really mixed about
So
LA.
people say LA is very dark, but I found it to be unreal. But then maybe I'm dark. Do you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's very like full of shit, but I love that about it. Everyone's
West Hollywood.
Mad.
supersized. Everyone's full of crap, and just like, oh my god, like hey Hollywood, we're all here to.
Make
achieve
it.
our dreams. Yeah,
yeah.
very like
I
that.
would
But I
love to
love that,
see
like
it.
the hustle and the bustle of it. Like,
Yeah, it's cool.
it's cool.
I'd say West Hollywood gay scene hasn't a patch on the Kremlin.
oh my god,
the Kremlin?
crazy.
You imagine the
crazy.
shit that goes on in the Kremlin.
But no, the only thing I'll say is we were there weeknights, so I don't think we got to see the full experience of it.
Yeah, if you had been there. Although I
aye,
suppose
but
it was
it's,
pre-Coachella too, so
aye.
loads of people are travelling over.
People travelling in now, so they were always like busy, but they weren't like apparently it's always like hiving with people. So this is like a full street of bars, like, and it's like you've got like drag queens, go boys, the full works. There's just like
Class.
everything colourful. and vibrant.
You seem like the kind of guy to me, Gerry, that would do well living there.
Oh, I'd love to, but then it's like I'm a home bird too.
Yeah.
I think I'd love to move over
Where you
for
from?
a couple of months. Mackerfelt,
Mate,
I'm a country
Mackerfell to
boy.
fucking Los Angeles. Come on, pick a team.
No, I know. Oh, but there's something homely about it. You know, whenever you're just like climatized to something.
On the
Yeah,
terrace
oh,
bar.
I'm the
On the terrace hotel in Mackerfell.
Do you know the test?
I performed there, yeah. Do you want to be in West Hollywood? No, bring me down the fucking terrace. Bring me down the terrace. I'll show you the fucking badness in me.
Stop it. That threw me off. Out of all places in Marfans. The terrace.
perform in the terrace.
The
I'm on
terrace.
tour
It's a
there.
great
Tickets
place.
available.
Great place.
It's a great spot.
It is.
You ever been to Magrafeld, Amy?
Yeah, my dad's from not far from there.
Where's he
Yeah,
from?
he's from Blahy, so not
Blahy,
far.
fuck off. Serious?
Yeah.
Did you tell me that before?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, fuck, right.
It's
It's like that night in
it's a
Thompson's
really-
Garage. I don't remember Anna.
Now, Gerry, you came to the forefront of people's minds, I suppose, through your social medias and all that. You know what I mean? What would you describe? How would you describe? Because Amy's obviously, you know, doing the radio. You're doing the radio. You do it on Fridays with Jordan in the afternoon, and you are. Would you be a style icon? What would you call yourself?
I would call
He can't call himself that. I can call him that.
No, I'd call myself more like a personality. I think it's very like a broad term because I don't really feel like I fit into like any kind of box. Do you know? Like,
Yeah.
I am actually quite funny. Apparently,
You
no,
are
I'm not. I
funny.
don't know.
So
if
what
I'm
is
allowed to
it?
say
What is it that you know attracted you to all that?
I think, do you know what it was? I think at the time whenever I started doing it, I think social media was nearly like a personality CV. So it was kind of like Northern Ireland wasn't really like, it's not what it is now. Do you know what I mean? So it was very much, you had UTV or you had this or you had that. It was very like conservative. It was that like, you know, there wasn't really much like space for different kind of people. So I think social media started to kind of become a thing where like you could create your own kind of platform. And this was kind of like before podcasts or anything. It was like you kind of just basically like aired your dirty laundry on like an Instagram or like TikTok or something, and you just kind of seen where it went. And then it kind of allowed you to kind of work with different brands, different things, and that was kind of how I got into like the radio as well. But like I would never have likely been able to get into the radio any other way, so it kind of helped me, I think.
I think
Nothing to
it's
do
because
with you or anything, just more like as in
just opened up different avenues.
it just was all going at the right time. Do you know that type of thing? But say like to like apply for a job and work your way up and like I don't know like UTV or broadcasting or something, I just don't think the door would have opened for somebody like me. I don't, not no disrespect to them, it's just it was a lot more
Closed.
reserved and closed and internal. And
even like I just
know.
think out and about, it's become so much more. There isn't like Northern Ireland was always that place where it was like, oh, they think they're like going to be some sort of influencer or something if someone put up one wee video. But now
wouldn't
people
do
are so
it.
much less judgy about it.
But then,
I think.
But then if you think about it, Northern Ireland's where like, you know, like obviously like Blue Lights, you know, what's all their programme? Well, Game of Thrones was huge. Like there's so many filming. The Fall.
Loads of stuff.
Line of Duty
yeah.
was filmed here.
Yeah, Line of Duty.
Kevin Hart had a film here. Kevin Hart had a film filmed here that has zero resemblance to anything to do with Northern Ireland. It's a sci-fi, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I was like, where are they fucking filming Larne?
Oh, was it just like on the Titanic set? You know,
don't
like
know.
Titanic.
But then
Studios?
and then if you look at like the comedy circuit, like that's obviously where very much where you move in, but like it's huge. Like so there's all these different kind of things where like we're really expanding. So it's kind of you don't have to go through the conventional route. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And for me, mine's with social media. That was my kind of.
And do you think like,
Way.
you know, growing up here, obviously when you're talking about you being a little bit different in
Yeah.
terms of being a bit conservative,
yeah.
did you notice a lot of that when you were younger?
I think, do you know what? It's sometimes I don't like to touch on that because I think we've came so far that I don't like to go back too much. But what I'll say is, me growing up, I'd say it was definitely a lot more. It was never bad. It was just more like kind of like different. Do you know, like say for instance, like oh fuck, you know, maybe like you maybe see like a I don't know like you stand out. It's like oh. Fuck, right?
you get used to it,
It's not negative. It's just like different, you know, that type of thing.
But then again, you look at Amy. Then like Amy's only like or you know mid-20s.
Yeah.
Completely different upbringing.
Yes.
Than somebody, you know, 20 years older than
Older,
her. Do you know what I mean? So like to her, it's just like why is that there? Like what I like is that like you see somebody say if they're gay.
Yeah.
To them, it's like oh that person's gay. You're like who cares?
Aye.
That's I couldn't really care.
No.
Whereas 20 years ago, 30 years ago,
It was
oh
a
my
thing.
God,
It was a thing.
What's the family saying?
Yeah.
But now it's like,
Yeah.
and who gives a fuck?
No.
And that shows great progression, doesn't it?
I think so, but I definitely think it's that thing where it's like, you know, like I think we come from a country where there's obviously a lot of like there's like trouble trauma, there's loads of different things.
PTSD.
To do, bum, 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 like, but
Yeah.
it's,
And then, just as
but
you were
it's,
getting over it, Jeffrey lets the side down.
no.
What? What? I haven't
Keep
said
it
anything.
moving. Keep it
I haven't said anything. I haven't said anything. What have I said, Sean?
You didn't say no. I don't know.
Sean,
We're like,
Sean's even gone quiet.
we're like, oh,
Nothing
no.
yet.
We're not commenting. No.
Welcome to Cork in the North, Jerry.
No, this is
Amy,
Nothing's off limits.
as this goes out, Amy, you're going on holiday to Turkey with Jay.
Yep.
Have you met Jay, her fella?
Yes, he's
Lovely
a good
fella,
lad,
isn't he?
good lad, very funny.
Yeah, Amy's a big fan of the holidays.
That's a dig.
Shaw was a fucking holiday, man. She comes into work on a Monday. Just need a holiday.
Never hear the end of this.
Take this.
Andrew's convinced that I'm going to come home with a procedure from Turkey because I'm going for a
They're going
weird
to
amount
Turkey.
of time.
They're going to Turkey for 4 days.
It's 4 nights
two-
and 5 days.
4 nights, right?
Too short. That's
I
very.
think if I was getting
There
a
is a
procedure,
procedure
That's given
happening
very
there.
in and out.
surely if I was getting a procedure, there'd be a longer recovery time.
Oh Jesus, they're fucking turning people in and out. It's
Yeah.
like a
Oh, are
camera.
they?
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
Well, who knows? I could just book myself in.
Oh my
for
God,
a
you'll be on
Brazilian butt
a
lift.
conveyor belt.
Do you know
You'll
what'd be really
fucked in,
funny
new
now?
tits and fuck back out.
Back
That's the way
out
it goes. And then there'll be a new one in.
It would be great. The two of them head out to Turkey, right? To come back. Jay's had his teeth done. He's had his hair done, right? Amy's had everything done. BBL, teeth done, hair, ears pulled back, chin tucked in. Like, I'm not saying you need that. I'm not saying you need
saying
that.
you
I'm
need
not saying
all
you
of
need
that.
That's implying.
Isn't that
That's
just
implying.
awful?
That's implying. That's
He's just
implying.
listed
Take that
all the
off.
things
Yeah.
I need.
Right.
No taking that
Jay's
out.
had a liposuction done.
Oh,
or
no,
whatever.
life suction.
What else
do you
what
need,
else can you
Andrew?
have? Your ears done, your eyebrows
What else
done,
do- oh,
your
God,
nose
do you need
done.
all that?
Can you
What
imagine them
else?
coming through the airport?
Stop.
We had a great time.
No, I said to him, "Oh, you'll not even know if I've been done, but I just won't be able to use any expression ever again."
It's just gonna. It's great to
But
be in there.
if you were to be given 20 grand to get one thing done, what would you get done?
Good
no,
question.
But you have to get something
I know
done.
what I do.
Right.
Kind of straight up. Let me tell you.
Go.
No, you go
Yeah,
first.
go
Lenny.
ahead. I've always wanted to get that, but it's not like a big procedure, but that masseter Botox, but I'm too scared it would go wrong.
What's that?
So they like inject Botox into, like the muscles in your jaw.
Right.
So then
you stop
apparently
biting.
people started to get it because they were grinding
Grinding
their teeth.
in their teeth,
Which
yeah.
I actually do. But if you get it done, then if your muscle builds up there, it sort of makes your jaw look like bulky, and then
Right.
it slims down your face. Because the
Right.
muscle then wastes away because you're not using it. But it can apparently go wrong all the time and then you have a weird smile. So
Oh,
I don't know.
right,
how
okay.
risk it.
Right.
Mm.
What I would do is, if I had 20 grand,
Mm-hmm.
I'd kidnap producer Sean.
Oh, I thought it was meant
house.
to be a procedure.
And no, it is.
Oh.
And then what we do is, I would have somebody to cut off his head. Not his head, it's his scalp. Sorry.
A scalp? Okay.
And then I would swap.
Work a day.
I would swap his hair.
Because Sean has like Justin Bieber.
Doesn't Sean have brilliant
Yeah.
hair?
Brilliant
Oh, thank
hair.
you.
I would.
Brilliant hair.
I
That's
would.
a nice.
I would cut
Lovely.
off his scalp.
Has anybody ever seen Sean? Like,
Oh, yeah,
do,
yeah,
do
yeah.
ever? Yeah.
I would
Sean
cut off
gets his
Sean's
moment,
scalp and I would put his head. I'd swap my head for his head,
Yeah.
like the top.
'Cause that
And
is some-
if I
yeah.
could, I'd give Sean 20 grand if he would give me his hair.
Yeah. And would you take it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Would
Would
you?
you?
I'd take 20
Sure.
grand.
I think
can
you've
grow
got
back,
such a
Sean,
good
no
head of hair.
worries.
Yeah.
Like,
Ah, thank you.
like I'm
We're
actually,
seeing,
I
like, a
actually look
shine
at,
to it,
I
yeah.
actually look at his hair and I go, that's something I would have liked that thickness. Like,
It is.
do you know what I mean?
It is really
What would you do,
nice.
Jerry?
So I go for the transplant kind of option as well. I
Hair?
So
Why you're not? Are you going
just a wee bit. You know, would like to keep on top of
Would
it.
you
like,
go to Turkey?
Turkey, and then likely we get a nose job as well.
There's nothing wrong with your nose, man.
Oh, gee. So from one
But
side,
your
if you look at it
face?
from one side, if I was doing like a backstroke in the pool, everybody would be like, "Shark!"
Oh,
like,
wise up.
No, I swear, if you say no, it is like one side of it's very like one side looks alright, and then one other side is kind of like it looks quite
So are you
sharp.
are you going tin at the top?
Just a wee bit, I'll admit. Aye.
Okay, but
Nothing crazy, but a wee bit.
So do you have to kind of comb it in a certain
So
way?
just
that
these wee
hides
parts of the
thinness?
hair, I just have to kind of keep, just more of like a receding hairline as opposed to going thin.
But
it's
do
so
you
good.
ever,
The
do you
people
ever
who get hair
watch the
transplants
people
on?
who get the hair transplants on? Do you ever see? Because like if you like, I'm having a good hair day today because I changed my gel.
Uh-huh.
I think the gel that I was using was actually keeping the hair stuck together,
Stuck
and
together.
therefore it looked patchy.
You get you.
Look at it now. Look at that.
No,
Looks
looks
great.
good, looks good. Very
Right.
full, yeah.
So I've actually figured out the hair problem now, right?
Uh-huh.
But I've seen people who go to Turkey for the and Amy, I'm sure you'll see them on a flight.
I know I probably will see
You
them
could be
on the
sitting
flight,
next
yeah.
to
Oh, you will. Oh,
100%.
You could be sitting next to one.
Is it that much cheaper? Must
Oh,
be.
well, there's apparently, I guess
And they
about
pick you up like a
3 grand,
limousine
4
and
grand
stuff,
cheaper.
don't they?
And apparently they are actually better at them.
Oh, really? Yeah, so it's not like it's like a dodgy
They are
job.
better. They're
Yeah.
more
Do Turkish people fly from Turkey to come over for Irish hair?
tired out.
Died up, it's your dear.
What are you
But
doing?
do you not
I'm
know
going
the
to
way?
Dublin
Do you not,
for-
but it's your own hair. Do you know this?
Yeah.
Do you know the format of it? Basically, it's from the back of your scalp because the back of your scalp will always grow hair.
Oh.
So you're taking hair follicles from the back of your head and then sewing them.
Yeah, I've seen they
Or
like
planting
they
them
like plant
into-
in all
Yeah.
the individual.
But it's coming. It's taken
follicles.
from the back of your head.
Are you under anaesthetic?
I don't
Surely.
know. I think you're awake for it.
Oh no,
I
a
think
long
so.
process.
Aye.
that's horrendous.
But you don't feel anything.
Yeah,
They probably put you under a local
Oh,
anaesthetic.
yeah, they would have to.
Oh, aye, yeah.
it's because it's pretty intense looking. We'll just see, the photos when it's
It's
all
also,
wee
you
dots.
see all the wee dots. I get all
Yeah.
weird. You know that? What's
That
that, thing
whole
called?
sphere.
The whole.
Have you ever seen that whole
Yeah,
sphere
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Oh,
No,
I
no,
really
no.
have that.
Yeah,
Oh.
but I've seen the Turkish hair, right? Mm-hmm. And when the hair grows, say a year after they do it,
Yeah.
the front looks different.
You can tell. Yeah. No, it's about. I have seen a couple now. I had a friend. His is really, really good.
Yeah, well,
But like,
unreal.
unless he combs it down and you can't see it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Is that what he does?
Yeah. So he would wear. He styles his hair kind of like down and kind of swished
yeah, I
over.
suppose it just gives you a bit of thickness.
A bit of thickness.
But
It's
his
more
looks good,
actual
does
hair.
it?
Yeah.
There you
But
go.
but it is like I think you have to get it a couple of times to get it really full.
Yeah.
It's not this
Yeah.
like one thing and your life's changed. But some people it depends on your
Yeah, exactly.
hair type and all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a lot.
all
It's
Because
a
we've
lot
got
to go
similar
through.
color hair as well. Amy, your hair, you
He's going to
are.
insult me again.
I'm not going to insult you, Amy.
I'm only joking.
I
I'm
spent
only joking.
4 hours.
He's so nervous.
I spend 4 hours a day in a small box with you, don't I?
Yes.
In the last, I've said some horrendous things.
Oh
to you,
yeah,
Amy.
he has. God,
Like,
no
do
filter.
you remember we were in the pub recently with Jane Veach from News, and we started doing the
love
whore
Jane.
thing.
Jane is so
We
funny.
started doing the whore thing.
Yeah, she's a whore.
She's a whore, right? So
This gets thrown around all the time, and
Right,
it isn't
so
really
the
about me. It's
context of
just
this
about
is-
anyone.
this is a
out.
Norm, the American comedian Norm Macdonald.
Uh-huh.
He's passed away now. In Comedians in Cars Do Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld, he tells a story where there was this girl and she got attacked or something like that, like, and the police knocked on the mother's door, and she said, "Oh, she was my pretty little girl," and the police officer said, "She was a whore. She was a
a
hooker.
hooker." And this
Mommy's
is just
little
like a
princess,
saying.
sweet 4th of July. She was a hooker." And it's a comedy series, right?
Stop.
So every so often after the traffic at work, when Amy goes, "And that's your traffic for now."
Yes, all here is-
I was like traffic. I was like traffic.
As soon as the mics
Sorry.
are down, she's a whore.
She's a whore. So Jane, we started calling Jane a whore, right?
Yeah,
As a
and-
joke.
Oh, stop.
No,
for
no,
God
just
forgive
her.
you.
Just as a
no,
joke.
Jane loves it. She
Loves it,
brilliant
loves
crack.
it.
Jane loves
And
what?
one day she was like, "Oh, I'm no crack today. Sorry. I'm a crack whore." And she was like, "No, I'm a crackless whore." And then now this has
Stop.
become a thing. So
Oh,
we're like,
we
"Oh, we're all
were-
crackless
We were in
whores."
the Erica after the marathon after you guys did the 10K, right? And Jane just started walking around the pub going, "I'm a whore,"
That's it.
and nobody knew it. We're like, "Jane,
Sorry, Jane. I've decided you.
We're like, "That's an in joke, Jane."
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a joke.
Yeah, if you just heard off guard, you'd be like,
You'd
"Oh,
be like, oh fuck, right?
That's an in joke for
That's
public.
maybe why Jane texted me the next day going, God, I really have the fear.
Oh, yeah.
It now makes sense.
that
She
explains
does.
that."
Oh,
Stuff.
stop it.
So, in terms of working on the radio and doing the socials and stuff, what else do you have to at the moment?
That's kind of it.
Is that it?
I'm a lady of leisure. I don't like to do too much.
You do more than me, Gerry. I just do the radio stuff.
I did have. Well, I do like event hosting, so events would be kind of big. So I was hosting like a drag brunch here at the weekend.
What was that like?
That was good, and it was in my local area, not the Terrace, a different venue in Mackerfelt, but it's
Was there a
very
lot of
much.
drag artists in Magerfeld?
It was very like it was a pilot, we will call it. You know,
pilot.
I don't think
Tryout.
we've never had drag queens in Mid Ulster, so
Yeah, I
this
suppose
was
it's
this
pretty
was
new.
one of the first.
How
you
did it
know,
go?
honestly, went fantastic.
Was there a lot of people there? Like,
A lot of people there. There would have been about maybe like 100, 150 or so, but it was nice wee size, not too.
And who was on?
So Rusty Hinges and Sunny Darling, if you know the drag scene, oh fuck, they're a gig. Funny. You should get a drag queen on here, honestly. they
Sean
would
would be big into the drag scene, wouldn't
Would you
Sean?
be?
Yeah, I love local drag.
They're so funny though, aren't they? Very quick-witted, and they rip the
Faster
shit.
than me, like.
Rip the shit out of you, quicker than
Yeah,
anyone.
yeah, they're very fast. Like,
very fast.
I always thought you'd be good in drag, Amy.
Oh, thanks.
No, like you would though.
Yeah. Would you reckon?
Like as a host and stuff like that. Like
Oh,
you,
as a
you would
host?
you would do it. You'd do it really
You
well.
know what? I don't get like so Gerry. I've seen you videos of you hosting, and I have no idea how you do it. You like hype everybody up, and
Aye.
it's as if you're like drinking 10 shots, and you're
But
like
I'm always sober.
stone cold sober.
My number one rule is never drink in a job. If you need a drink to do the job, you shouldn't be fucking doing it.
Fucking,
Love that.
Fucking right.
Love that.
Here, Sean, take that. Oh wait.
No, but do you know what I mean?
That's
though? Like,
so true, though.
look what happened, Whitney Houston. You have to be careful.
Look what happened when he used to. Look what happened. O.J. Simpson. No,
What did happen
wrong
to O.J.
analysis.
Simpson? What happened to O.J. Simpson?
No, we move on from that.
Okay.
Wrong one. What was it? What was it?
O.J.
Sean?
Simpson, the murderer.
I think.
Did he
What
have
am I
a
talking about?
Did he have a drinking problem?
Well, he's dead now, isn't he?
No.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson
is
died
dead.
a couple of
He
weeks
did,
ago.
He did,
Yeah.
actually.
Did he?
Sorry, I fucked that one up.
What about,
Well, he didn't do anything good either.
What if Amy did do drag? What would her drag name be?
Ooh,
Oh.
I don't know. You need to think.
Well,
of
I've got a name for me.
What is
What's
it?
yours?
So, obviously, because of the Gerry, instead of Gerry Springer, Gerry Swinger.
Love it.
Isn't that good?
And have you dressed in drag?
No, not yet. Well,
Do you know,
maybe in my house, like, just like,
do you know,
whenever my mad's away to the shop, that type of stuff.
Out of the four of us here, I've dressed in drag.
Have you?
I've done drag, yeah.
Stop it. Where at?
In Manchester.
Oh, fuck, you really went far away.
In Gay Pride.
Serious?
And did you have a name?
I dressed up as an American gospel singer.
Fuck
I
off.
was in a full dress and everything.
Fuck
I wore
off.
heels and everything. Now, I didn't wear the heels out because I couldn't walk in them.
Aye.
But
That's
I
tough.
dressed up, had a gown on, had this thing, and I was living with a guy, mate of mine, he's gay guy, and they were going to Pride. I'd never been to a Pride before.
Yes.
And I've been to two now.
Uh-huh.
And I'd actually prefer, if you said to me, like, do you want to go to, like, Belsonic or Pride? I'm like, I'll go Pride.
Pride, yeah.
We had a great night at Pride.
It is.
Belfast
We
Pride
went
last
to
year.
Belfast Pride.
Yeah.
It is the most chilled out.
Oh, it's so good. It is.
So much fun.
Uh-huh.
And the
And
people
the thing
are
is,
very friendly.
it's very inclusive. Like, it's,
Yeah.
for, it's for everybody, you know what I mean?
And like I dressed up in, I'd actually do it again.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Did
There
you
you
feel?
go,
Did you
you'll be the
feel
next
like?
one.
Did you feel like nearly like a different person or like
I
an
felt
alter or some sort of a?
I felt
Right.
invisible.
Okay.
I felt like nobody knew who I was.
You were, yeah.
Completely invisible. And I was in Newcastle upon Tyne last weekend, and I was working with a drag queen who does a comedy act.
Yes.
And I didn't recognise him out of drag.
Out of drag.
And then when he went into drag and became Myra, his character, so she came down
Yeah.
to do her act.
Uh-huh.
Then when she was finished, she went up and got changed. And then when he came down, I didn't know it was
the same
the
person.
same person.
Oh
I didn't know
wow!
it was the
Just
same
because
person.
it's like you're taking
It was
on this
completely
whole new-
different.
Yeah. But then, but what I love about it is they can rip the dung out of themselves, but they'll rip the dung out of other people as well. But it's very much like it is that kind of escapism thing. But it's a form of like a comedy act, which
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget. Like there's a lot of things like political issues with like drag culture. Yeah, like big in America, like people are saying it's like a bad example and things like this, which is wrong. You know.
Do you know what
like,
else is a bad example?
Uh-huh.
We don't need to explain it. You know, Catholic Church.
Bombshells
Let's
drop.
move on.
It's well, yeah. Like look, there's look.
Amy, you've never been in one of it.
I've been in Catholic church loads of
Have you?
times.
Oh, very good, interesting. Because we always try to.
I have been in.
we always
loads of
wind
times.
Well, like
Yeah.
I am a Roman Catholic technically per se.
Are you?
I'm maybe not a good example of a Roman Catholic, but
some
like
of
if
the
you
kids
looked at
would
my
be
birth
like that.
certificate, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm the same.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like I couldn't give.
No,
two
no,
fucks
no, no.
about it, like
No.
you know what I mean? Wouldn't bother me at all. But you do the presenting, you do the socials, you do all that kind of stuff, and then obviously you started in Q.
Yes.
Did you know Amy before you came
No,
to Q?
No.
no.
So tell me, how did it come about?
The Q radio job?
Yeah.
So I
Because
actually
I got spotted on something.
right. So I got an email just about a chat to see like, hey, like you know, but I was living in Ibiza at the time, so I was working in Ibiza
For the summer or
for the
something?
summer.
Where did you work in Ibiza?
So I worked in Be Perfect Cosmetics.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't work in like a bar like Ocean Beach or
Oh, you
anything
were-
like
I
that.
thought you maybe were in
No. I worked for them. They had a store out there. They still do. But so I was working out in Ibiza for the summer. So very much like summer job, that type of thing.
Partying.
Partying, all that crack, all that malarkey.
Is it good fun?
Oh fuck! Have you never been?
I went for like 5 days.
5 days. Oh, I love it. Living out there is a different experience. So it's really nice. There's loads of different kind of cultural, spiritual. By spiritual, I don't mean spiritual as in
Coachella
like
spiritual?
like Coachella
Yeah.
spiritual, all that like like everybody's on the shrooms and all. It's very like magical. We'll call it.
Amy, you'd love that.
Yes. I love Ibiza.
I
Ibiza's
think
amazing.
you'll end up living somewhere for a year or two.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
Ibiza-
everybody has to do it.
I don't know if I could do a full summer in Ibiza, but I would like it. And whenever
Yeah.
the last time we went, we made sure to do went to like the
nice parts.
the nice bits as
Yeah,
well, and like
because
you get
Yeah,
such
like
a
apparently
It's-
there's
oh, beautiful.
So nice.
The party side is just a tiny section.
Tiny bit of it. And I would say to anybody going, it's like, look, don't get me wrong, like I think it's like, you know, I'm the type of person, I'm very like, you know, I work hard, I'm quite sensible, quite low key, but I'm also a wee bit like once every so often. I do like, I think it's good and healthy to blow a bit of steam and be sensible, of course. But
100%.
that's why I think Ibiza is such a great escapism. It's such a fluid island. It's all very party and magical. Everyone's all about the music and the vibes and, you know. But
Flight's a nightmare though.
The flight's a fucking nightmare.
There's skanks on the flight.
It's funny, but it is.
Have you seen the amount of
What
time?
age are you though?
26.
The amount of people
once you hit the 30 club, it's
I always say,
People getting kicked off at
pain in the
all.
fuck. No, because you just want to get to your fucking destination.
no, but it's the other passengers. They're having a
On the way home, and all
I
that
honest to
stuff.
God,
It's a
honest to
different
God,
story.
the government needs to start giving the cabin crew extra money
no.
to put up with the shit.
No, seriously.
Can you imagine the Glasgow to Ibiza Ryanair flight?
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock at night, half
don't.
the fucking plane won't be too drunk to get on the flight.
I know.
I was on a flight there last week. Someone had to be taken off the flight at 10 a.m. because they were drunk.
But,
What kind of
but then tell us, are you the type of person now? Are you still like going to the bar before the flight? I'm not anymore.
Never had a drink before a flight in my
No,
life.
I
Maybe
know.
once,
I know.
maybe once,
Oh,
twice.
You're in your 20s, Amy. It's a different
Yeah,
thing.
you
Never.
have to
No.
have
You
a
don't
drink.
have to do
The
anything.
time disappears when you walk into that airport.
I don't
You
want
have
to go on.
check.
But
You
it's
have
a
to
move.
check in at
Check
the
in the
Lagan
Lagan.
bar.
I've got just checked in at the Lagan
Lagan
bar.
bar, like,
Off of me
get a
volley
big
ball.
jug.
And then it comes up, still here, flight fucking delayed.
might as well get another drink.
Drink, oh my God, when in
And do you know what?
Rome.
It's the most stupidest thing because you're paying for fucking
I
overpriced
know.
drink, right? And then you get on a plane with air conditioning fucking blasted in your fucking face, the turbulence, a shitty ass fucking flight, you've noise, and then you're literally going into your holiday landing with a fucking hangover.
I know, but I have
And
to
it was
do
like,
it.
what was the purpose of being
Yeah.
drunk?
When we drink.
You have to do it.
But
I'm
then the
going on
thing
a
is,
plane
when we
tomorrow,
drink,
I will be doing it.
You couldn't cop off at anyone. I'm not getting hungover.
on the
unless I
plane,
could
you mean,
get-
like the Mile High Club?
No, but like what I'm saying is like if I was single and I was going to Ibiza, I'd be like, why would I want to get drunk? I want
Because you might end up chatting, but there might be other people, and you'd be like, "Where are you staying?"
Oh, there is a wee bit of that. I better like.
Oh, do you want to come to the
fun.
toilet and I'll fucking, do you know?
Well,
Did you see that actually happen on an Ibiza flight recently last
Yeah.
summer?
No.
Oh, yeah.
And then the cabin crew open the door and then you can see and everyone's like, "Ew," and then the girl's walking out. She's like zero fucks given.
Doesn't
She's
care.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
And someone
obviously.
filmed that. What I often find with stuff like that is the person
know.
who shared that is more
Is
of
the
an
cunt.
issue, is
Yeah.
more of a
Yeah.
prick.
Aye, like fuck off,
than
you
the people
pervert.
like, yeah, like my point is like,
Yeah.
you often see stuff where like, you know, like picking up my bestie from a walk of shame. It's like,
Yeah.
just don't share it.
Don't
I
share
know,
it. No.
man.
That's going to
the
stay
bestie.
with that
Yeah,
girl
100%.
for the
But
rest
that's
of her
thing.
life.
But then if we even go into, obviously, like with all the scandal that happened in the Devonish, that was the same. It's like, why do people have their
Why did
fucking
you share
phones
it?
out? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
just-
mean? Everybody's there having a good time. Leave it fucking be. It's not for the eyes of anybody outside of that.
Yeah, it never
That's
needs
the
to be a
problem. We live in a
scandal.
culture now, and obviously with social media, there's that dark side where we share literally the colour of our fucking shit.
Like, I'll give you an example.
Do you know what I mean?
In Australia, there was a woman arrested on a beach in Australia.
okay.
And she was arrested on the beach. She was in I don't know what part of the beach, but the report was that she was using a sex toy.
On the beach.
On the beach. Okay.
So they arrested her. And the
Right.
police had body cams.
Okay.
So obviously they're filming the arrest.
Yes.
And obviously that arrest then went viral on like TikTok and stuff.
Yeah. But then
That woman then committed suicide.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, why was that
That's-
ever leaked? Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
That woman then committed suicide because of the
This
shame.
is- But
No,
then-
maybe I'm not saying it was because of shame. I don't want
Yeah.
to say exactly.
No, you're
you know
not.
what I
No,
mean?
no, no.
Like,
But the thing,
but-
but like lately, the trauma of everybody sharing that, and like that's something that's very like you know, you don't know necessarily what's going on in somebody's head. You don't you don't know. Maybe she could have maybe been like on drugs or this or that
Exactly,
or whatever,
yeah.
or maybe having a good. I don't know, but like it's not for the eyes
but
of
you
everybody.
both are like Amy, for example. Like you're from a culture now of phones, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I'm a culture of phones as well, but I also remember pre-phones.
Yeah.
I remember the Nokias where there was no camera; it was just literally a texting device. You
Yeah.
need to buy phone credit. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you were out now, like, you know, when you're filming and using your phone and stuff, are you very conscious about what you post, especially if you're mates? You know, like if you're on holiday, because you have gang mentality, right? You're on holiday, you could do, you know, a friend, you're in a bar, next thing you know, one of your friends does something that's a bit dodgy, you take it, oh my God, we're having a
guess
laugh,
it's
let's
so
put this
funny.
up online. But that context doesn't translate to
No.
the socials.
No, I'm sort of the type, like if I'm like out with my friends, like obviously there'll be photos and stuff put up, but if I'm really out with my friends, like I'm just not going to video it.
Yeah.
Not that like I would draw the line and be like, oh no, somebody's videoing. I just wouldn't, because I wouldn't want somebody to be like, oh, I woke up and had the fear. Like,
The
why was
fear,
I getting
yeah.
on? Why was I saying that?
Why did I
was I
post
doing
that?
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want people to feel like that.
Go on.
I've ended up, I've got like this freaking guilt now, so I've went too far the other way, where like I like
You're
won't post nothing. You know,
Nothing.
like we went out for a meal last night, you know, for
Doyen.
In the Doyen, yeah, and
25% off.
Cork 25.
Cork 25.
Wednesday to Saturday.
Did you avail of the 25% off?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Of course. I'm a subscriber of the Cork and the North podcast. Why would I?
Fair.
And I didn't post any photos. I was out, you know, because I was going.
Jesus.
I was like, I don't want to be like
That
posting this
guy.
up and someone goes, you know, what if someone's like really not feeling great and they're going, fucking all
I know.
Instagram is like everybody posting up that they're out for meals or they're out at a show or
Having a good
And
life.
having a good
You know,
time. You're nearly guilty to have a good time and rubbing it in people's face.
But then I'm going, fucking wise up. Like,
Okay,
you're having a
who
good
cares?
time.
Post your dinner. I
Exactly.
don't know. I'd be posting.
But then
dinner
I
away.
think that where this originated from, I think, was lockdown. I think lockdown, we were also like obviously secluded, and then it was all content.
Yeah, look
we were
what
all
I'm
like,
doing. I'm
I made a fucking banana bread, and oh my god, and
I'm
it
so
was, like,
lonely.
everything was, you know, let's all film our
Why am
clap
I
on the
alone?
Thursday. Come on, the NHS. Like,
Yeah.
I think they would want a
Just
fucking
work
pay
fucking
raise.
harder.
Like, I think they'd want the fucking pay raise, but anyway, no, we'll fucking clap like dicks at our door, even though they can't hear it. Do you know? But anyway.
What you know? What
it was a
one thing
fucked up
I don't
time.
know about you, Amy, but have you ever done this now, Gerry? Have you both ever done this? Have you ever gone out to a bar, say for example, Amy? I know you've been with Jay for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
But say for example you were single, right? And you went into a bar and you met a guy. The guy's name is Paul or something, like that, right? And you're like, oh, this Paul's a really nice guy. You know,
Okay.
like he's a really nice guy, right? And then he says, "Oh, I'll text you or something like that." And you swap numbers and you go home. And then the following morning he texts you. Next thing you know, he adds you on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then you go on to his Instagram because you want to have a bit of a snoop.
Oh yeah, of
Right.
course, as you
But
would.
then you find out on Instagram that he is a chronic oversharer. And I'm talking like inspirational quotes. We're talking every time he goes to the toilet, he has to talk about it. You're talking 10 to 15, 20 Facebook status updates a day. You're talking, hey guys, just wanted to jump on and talk to you a little bit about society and what we need to do
Sounds
to
like
stop
me.
the war. No, but
Earn out all his drama.
basically, no, I'm talking about just drama.
Aye.
Like I'm talking like 30,
Negativity,
40,
you mean?
50 posts all the time. And it gets to the point where you're like, you are such an amazing person, but I can't deal with that. I can't deal with the fact that every time we go somewhere,
It depends how much it was. Like if it was like
there's a
if we had
difference
an
between
argument, would it be like
No, I think there's a difference between promoting what you're doing.
Like, yeah, like I'm
work,
at an event or this
and then
or
there's
that,
a thing
yeah.
like us, hey guys,
Stop.
you know those ones. They basically say, you see the videos on TikTok and they go,
know.
3 months into breakup, you have to set the fucking camera up.
Aye.
yeah, if you think
I
See my
know.
point?
Yeah.
There's just certain things that it's like vulnerable things where it's like, wait a minute, like you had to turn a camera on before that. Like it doesn't feel natural or something. I know what
And they
you
have a
mean.
fucking
Yeah.
ring light on it.
And
yeah, that's actually fair.
But
Pull
Yeah,
yourself
Amazon.
together and sort your shit out.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, right, so if you dated somebody who was like that, say, for example,
Yeah, and
what
I
would
thought,
your...
all my dirty laundry was going to be aired. Then no, it would put
That-
me
would
off.
that
But then
be
would you not also think is that like it's kind of like, God, this might sound bad coming out of my mouth. It's not really giving a man like, you know, the old generation of a good old fashioned man. You know, he's hardworking, he's a grafter. You know,
He'll fucking...
you know,
He'll,
he'll ask you what's for
Yeah.
dinner, and that's about
He'll
it.
be-
Maybe I'm a bit.
he'll be...
Sort of
We're
man
going
I like.
backwards here. I don't know. Is this bad?
he'll be good to his mother, but he won't treat his sister
Aye.
right.
Like, do you really want a man getting eyebrow waxes and on Instagram crying? Do you
No,
know
it
what I
wouldn't be
mean?
nice.
Is that
What about
that?
you, Gerry? If you met somebody and then they were like, you know, every hour is like, now I know who my real friends
No,
are.
fuck no,
And it's
no,
like,
no,
trust needs to be earned.
No.
You know,
no.
like that kind of...
Because I think it kind of gives a wee bit like not narcissistic, but it's just something. It's a bit
Attention seeking, I
It's
think.
attention seeking or something.
Like
if it's
I
all negative stuff and drama, like drama, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. You know, that's
And I just think most men I know in my life are very much like silent warriors. Like they're very much like they do the things that you forget of. Like, you know, like they change the tire, but they don't need thanks or credit. Or, you know, men are men. You know where I come from.
You changed tire.
I'm very like it's kind of funny. I'm like a fucking homosexual sitting here.
Amy, can you
Sitting
change
here.
tire?
no.
Can you change tire?
No.
Okay.
So I'm the one standing at the side of her. Oh my God.
I know. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I'm a damsel
this.
in distress.
Are you the one then that's on
This is why I don't
Instagram?
want the man with Instagram stories sitting crying about his day. Change the fucking tire. Like, I don't fucking know. I'm the twat likely crying on Instagram.
But like, I
Yeah, I'm
often,
allowed to do it. I'm only joking.
no.
like, I often find that there doesn't seem to be a lot of resilience for some people. You know what I mean? I'll give you an
Right.
example, right? A while ago, years ago, I was working in a shop. I was working in a hotel, sorry. I was working in a hotel in Cork. Long time ago. It was really good. And somebody came in and they were asked to control their children. Their children were running around. I've had a couple of incidents of children recently annoying me, but anyway, that's a weird sentence. That's a weird sentence, right? What? What are you laughing at?
You just do this shit. You do this all the time. Like you do
What?
this thing. It's just this comedic thing where like you're going with a story and we're going with it, and then you throw us in this fucking thing, and then I'm like,
don't tell me that this is what it is on the radio constantly,
like,
and then we're like, I'm not allowed to say anything.
and it's like nobody fucking opened their mouth.
Don't agree, don't disagree, don't laugh.
Don't say nothing because this is the part where you get fucked in the ass.
Yeah, cancelled, done.
So this. Yeah, something was said,
Right.
And it was like, can you stop your children from running around the hotel, please? They're disrupting other guests. But the mother of the child couldn't cope with the fact that she was approached and told.
Oh, she was really offended by that. You mean, yeah?
Oh, right. Okay.
And I was like, and she said something. I want to speak to the manager, and I was like, well, okay. So the manager came down, the food and beverage manager came down, just said the exact same thing. And she goes, well, I think it's a disgrace. And your man said, well, he said something like, fine. And just walked away.
And walked away.
And then she couldn't believe then that the manager walked away. And it was like people, I think, can't seem to cope with, shit things happening to them. You got to just go, okay. And whereas it seems nowadays, like if somebody does one thing bad to you, it's a fucking drama.
Oh,
I think
my
some
God,
people
yeah.
use it as an opportunity.
All right, shit happens, just get on with it.
And it very much like, it's like, I feel like we live in very like a snowflakey kind of like hypersensitive kind of world. It's funny, like I worked in a hotel as well, and I remember we're doing like the late bar or whatever. And so anyway, long story short, this fella comes down and he's like, oh, like, can I have a jug of water for the room? I was like, oh, no bother. So I fell a jug of water and I'm like, there you go, slam it down, that's grand. I didn't give a fuck about the job, which I maybe should have. And he turned round and was all, are you not going to put ice in the jug? And I goes, sorry, this isn't the Ritz. And then he just fucking lost, and I thought, oh fuck, shit, that nearly like nearly like that witty comment that you just kind of want to throw back, and you're like, oh shit, the plane didn't land. It was kind of one of them moments.
The words were out of your mouth before you
before
could.
Likely similar to calling the hotel a shithole, which I apologise.
You don't work there anymore.
Which I know you're not going to cut out.
He's like, no, that's dead.
The Lagan, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the Lagan. The Lagan is one of the best hotels in the country, and I'm visiting again in July.
Would you say where's your favourite hotel?
Lagan.
Really?
By a country mile. My favourite hotel I've ever stayed in Ireland is the Lagan Hotel. Do
you know where I love? That room too, beside us.
Amazing.
Have you stayed in it?
Yeah.
I visited it.
Just like downstairs?
I went into a room, was there for 10 minutes, and I came out.
Oh. Well, that sounds dodgy enough.
I got a tour, didn't I?
Oh, right.
Remember we got a tour before it opened.
Oh, right, okay.
Remember we got a tour. Go anyway, what happened with this guy with the water?
We just went absolutely mental and left a review in TripAdvisor, and it's like, look, is there really any need? Like, and I think it was just because I answered back, he just couldn't handle that. But I wasn't being cheeky. Well, actually, no, I was. Joke with a jag. Comedians, like if you can't take it. Have you ever found whenever you're doing a show, someone can't, like, say, like, if you have a heckler and then you give it back to them and then they lose their shit, and it's like, well, wait a minute, you were being a cunt in the first place, so you kind of asked for it.
Yeah, I've had a. Oh, this is the one that stays with me forever.
Oh fuck, right.
So I'm at the Edinburgh Festival. Have you been to the Edinburgh Festival, Amy?
No, I would love to go to it. It'd be class.
We'll come over in August this year.
It'd be amazing.
Come over for the weekend or something. I'm over there, like, you're very welcome to come over, Gerry. Have you ever been?
Never been.
It's something if I was you, I'd look into. But I was in.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a brilliant place to go. But I remember I was. What was I?
You were in the Edinburgh Festival before.
Oh, I was in the Edinburgh Festival, and I was doing the Best of Irish showcase at the stand, and it's like it's a 5:00 show. It's all Irish comedians. It's about 150 people in the crowd, and you only do about 10 minutes, and it's a way where you showcase yourself for 10 minutes. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm on over there at 8:00 tonight. Still tickets available for tonight if you want to come and see me for the hour.
Okay.
So anyway, this guy was in like the third or fourth row, and he was just taking pictures of me on the old kind of big flash.
Right, okay.
So I'm on stage and I'm like, blah, 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 cha-choom, cha-choom. I'm like, okay, cool. Blah, blah, ignored it, like, blah, 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 cha-choom, cha-choom. And I just went, mate, how many do you need?
Aye.
So I just went like, how many do you need? I'm here. So I kind of did this, I went. And he took another picture and I went, good stuff? Great. But the flash was putting me off.
Yeah.
Comedy, it's about timing and all that kind of stuff, right? He just kept taking pictures. I went, mate, are you all right? Like, I mean, what are you doing? Trying to take pictures of young boys on stage or something?
Yeah.
Got a really big laugh.
Yeah.
So I kind of said to him, like, right, we're done now.
Yeah.
But then he kept on doing it. So it's like, how many times do you say to somebody?
Yeah, because then it isn't, you've done the joke about it.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So, finished the gig anyway. All good. I said, can you put the camera away, man? Like, I mean, one background, you don't need that many.
No.
So anyway, I finished the gig and I'm walking to my next gig. So I've about an hour break, you know, and next thing you know, Facebook Messenger.
Oh, fuck.
This message off
And fucking Facebook, Matt, you know what means business.
Facebook Messenger.
That's a fuck, that's Karen.
And
that's
he goes,
yeah.
I am very unhappy with the fact that you attacked me tonight for taking pictures of you on stage. And the fact that you referenced taking photographs of little boys.
Oh, it's a comedy show.
Right?
No.
And I replied, yes, you were shining. There's signs up saying no flash photography. And you took nearly 8 to 10 pictures of me.
Yeah.
After about 4 of them, we referenced it and said, that's enough.
Yeah.
You didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
It got to the point now where if you're not going to listen to me, you know, I'm
fucking coming for you.
I'm coming for you, right?
Yeah.
And then he went, you've really upset my wife. And I replied, because there's a comedian called Steve Hughes, right? And he has a great routine online. It's about what happens when people are offended. And the thing is, he goes, I'm offended. And you should always go, be offended. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Right? So if anyone says to you, like, I'm offended, and I quote Steve Hughes for it, right? You should all watch his routine, right? He did it on Michael McIntyre's Roadshow.
Yeah.
And I just go, I've had people say to me, like, oh, he was like, oh, my wife was offended. So I replied in the Steve Hughes way.
Yeah.
And I went, tell her to be offended. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Right? He replied again, you've ruined our evening. We were staying in a hotel in Edinburgh tonight. We're now going to pack our bags and head home to Dundee.
What?
But you know what I mean? Like,
and I just went, what a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
What does he want you to do?
Idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
but that's just
but not that.
He's trying
not
to...
that. It's like, told me about his wife being offended.
Yeah.
Then told me that he was staying in a hotel.
Yeah.
Then told me he wasn't staying in the hotel. Then told me that he was going to travel back to his house in, I think it was Dundee or somewhere like that, right? And I was like going, I couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But couldn't handle the rejection of the fact that you weren't taking it on.
But how
That's
many
what it
times
was.
do you have to fucking flash me like?
Yeah.
And in his head, he thought it was you were going to say, "Oh fuck,
Like,
God,
I am so
can't
sorry. Like,
believe
here's
that
free tickets to my next show. Or,
Yeah.
I'm not
You
giving
know what?
anything.
I'm going to pay for your hotel tonight."
Like,
No
And who
way.
does he want?
But there's people out there, but they're like going, I'm a victim. No, there's
No.
signs up that say no photography.
His wife probably
The
gave
flash
off
was going
what he was
into my
doing.
eyes.
Yeah.
The flash was going into my eyes. I'm trying to do jokes, and I'm also, you know, I'm a comedian. The last thing I want to do is be, you know what I mean?
No,
and I'm trying to
literally.
deliver a joke, right? And I just wasn't giving him anything. And then there was a bit that this is on my comedy page, you know, and I could see it typing, so I just blocked him.
Oh my God.
And like to this day, still the greatest block I've ever done. While he was mid-type.
But it is. But it's funny though. It's very much like the give and the take of the whatever. Like, I think sometimes if you're doing some sort of like a public face and entertainment kind of job, you're nearly seen as like a pawn. So that it's kind of, oh, sure, they're just like, we're just what's collateral kind of.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
it doesn't matter. You
What
can just
about-
be
matter?
the
What about
post
you,
for it.
Amy? If you had a lot of shit?
No, not really. Like, I'm not really as much in the public, like, facing as you are. Like, you're literally in front of people when you're performing that can shout back at your face, or like if you're more in the public eye on social media. But like, it's a different kettle of fish.
But have you started to get stuff though? Because your profile is
No,
really
not
rising.
Not really. Like, there's the odd thing through the radio, and like
I don't mind that,
sort of
yeah.
just-
Oh, I like the WhatsApp.
yeah, like there'll be the old thing, and the
Do you
old
get
person
much
gets
stuff on that?
annoyed and
And the WhatsApp, you just more like nothing really like bad, but just like maybe just something a bit like I remember. Oh, actually, do you know? There was one time basically. So we were talking, and long story short, we were talking about food. There was a section like what's for tea or whatever. So Jordan had 30 cocktail sausages. You know where this is going. Of course, I stuttered in the word cock.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
Wonder why. So I went cock, and I couldn't get it out. And it said cock, I think about maybe 3 or 4 times. And then and then there was this thing about a Popper's dinner, which is apparently like sausage and mash. And then it came out of my mouth before I could even say it. I'd be quite quick-witted. And then I was like, there's only a certain type of Popper's dinner I would know of. And then this man texted in like, Jesus Christ, now I'm having to explain to my son what cock and Poppers is, who's like 8. And I'm like, oh, fuck
you're
off.
not
Like,
having to
fuck off.
explain.
No, you're not trying to have to explain. Shut the fuck
No,
up.
just send it,
Number
okay.
2, like, listen to fucking Cool FM. If you die, fuck off the fuck out of my room. They maybe don't want me to say that.
But do you know what the most amazing
Do I
thing
give a shit? No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
if I make a mistake in the radio, like what am I fucking like, you know, Miss Congeniality?
Yeah.
No, fuck off.
Jerry, I think you could do stand up. Would you ever do
You
it?
should do
I
comedy.
mean, I'd love to though, but I think it's
you have to
You
do
should do
5
it.
years hard
I
labour
think
on the
I
circuit.
couldn't do the method of it all. I'm more quick on my
Yeah.
feet.
But maybe
I
but
could do like
you could
a-
do the crowd work, I reckon.
Do you know what I do?
Yeah.
We should have a Q comedy night, charity night.
I'd-
Every presenter has to do
Has to do it. That would be,
Amy's
yes.
got to
I'm
do
not
it.
doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not
Can I
doing
just say, you know about that person who WhatsApped in?
Yeah.
Sean, would you
Yeah.
like to say you've now met him in face and that Sean was the person who messaged you?
Yeah. And my 8-year-old son was appalled by that.
You winding me up because I'm gullible as shit.
Of course we are!
Fuck off!
Oh, I was
Jesus,
so, oh, I really saw his
Jerry!
wee face. I was like, oh my God, he believes
Look
it.
at that
believes
Fucking
it.
bastard.
He doesn't even look old enough to have
I want
an
to-
8-year-old son.
No, he doesn't have. I was like, oh my God, he believes it. I was like, he's not laughing.
You don't understand. You don't understand. I am gullible as
Oh, fuck Jerry.
No.
Bless.
shit. No, honest to fuck.
Gerry Lavz, Gerry and Amy. We'll do it again. That's funny. Gerry Lavz and Amy McGuckin join us today on Cork in the North podcast. Q radio people. Check Amy out. She's going on holiday now to Turkey.
Yes, I am. I'm not
check
having
her-
anything
check her out
done.
the
She's going to come back to work now. She'll be like,
Transformation
Transformation.
Tuesday.
you won't be able to she'll come back in now. She'll have new cheekbones, new bone, new legs, new
All the
ears,
things that I
new
need.
nose.
Thanks,
Is
Andrew.
this the last time we're going to see Amy?
As me.
Take it all in.
Do you know what's
Take
going to
it all
Take it
in.
all.
happen? In
This
about
is
a
it.
couple of weeks, she's going to appear on Good Morning when Turkish operations go wrong.
Botched
And
bodies.
She's just sitting there going, I went over in good faith and in an honest capacity.
Stop it.
Gerry Lavz,
So-
Amy, thanks very much for coming
thank
into
you
Cork
very
tonight.
much.
Don't forget to sign up to the Patreon. Check out below all the links for Gerry Lavz and Amy as well. Check them out. Amy's a regular here on the podcast and stuff like that. Gerry's first time on the podcast. We'll definitely get her back in again. And never know, he
definitely.
might even do a stand-up comedy gig, and we could see if
Well.
he could do it. You know, add it to one of his many skills.
Well, Rome wasn't built in a day, isn't that what they say? But I think the charity one would be a good idea.
Yeah,
maybe
like
an
a
idea.
wee tip the toe in.
Because it's kind of like if you're shit, it was for charity.
Exactly.
Yeah, but-
Doesn't really- yeah,
what
yeah.
we do is we'd get the actual comedians of the North and we'd pair you up with them.
Oh, and then they could coach
Train.
They
you.
can coach you.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, so listen.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, thanks to everybody. Stay with us. Don't forget Patreon and the Doyen Pub. See us all soon. And don't forget to buy tickets to my tour. Tickets available for Newry and Derry Millennium Forum. That's all that's left, I'm afraid. And Magara Felt.
The Terrace Hotel.
Thank you.